Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Young and the Restless spoilers for June 2nd -6, 2025. See a huge move that Kyle Abbott Michael Mealer makes that is going to totally stun Victor Newman Eric Bredin. We're going to talk about what's ahead next week for Kyle, Victor Newman, Billy Abbott, Jason Thompson, Sally Spectra, Courtney Hope, Amy Lewis, Valerie Pettiford, and some more. All right, so at the end of this week, we've got Nikki Newman Melody Thomas Scott's party starting, and Victor gives her yet another present. It's not a necklace. It's not a music box. It is the key to a fully restored Ferrari that she has wanted since she was a teenager. Now, if this was soap operas in the 80s, we'd get to see her driving around in that Ferrari, but it's 2025. We're not going to see them spend that kind of money. But Nikki's excited, and Nick Newman Joshua Morrow can't wait to drive the car. So, they head over to the party, but before they go, Nick hands over these black envelopes that he found like at the gate with their names on them. Victor doesn't want to mess with them. He wants to get over to Nikki's party and says, "We'll do it later." Tonight's about the wife. So, Kyle is actually at the party, even before Claire Grace Newman Haley Aaron is. Victoria Newman Amelia Heinel is there. Party planner pro Pietro J. Rodriguez is there. All that good stuff. So Kyle has already warned his dad, Jack Abbott Peter Bergman, to play nice with Victor tonight. Not that Jack is ever the problem, you know. But despite Kyle Abbott thinking it is totally a lost cause to try and get Victor to approve of him being with Claire, he promised her that he'll try. And it does seem Kyle may be doing something big and extra and dramatic. We'll see. Before Claire shows up though, her mom, Victoria, who is definitely on Team Kyle, and asks Kyle how he feels about Claire's plan to try and get Victor to accept him. And I will say that Kyle's pragmatic. He's a realist. He tells Victoria he doesn't think anything is going to change Victor's mind. But Kyle also tells Victoria he is going to give it his best shot. So it'll be next week when we see Claire looking quite lovely when she arrives at the party. And Kyle wants Claire to save a dance for him. She's ready to save them all for him. And Kyle says he has got one more move to try and sway Victor. So you got to ask yourself, what move does Kyle think he could make to get Victor to change his mind? So, I'm wondering if Kyle decides to propose to Claire at the party next week in front of everybody. Because right now, maybe Kyle thinks that Victor Newman isn't taking him seriously because he doesn't think that Kyle is taking Claire seriously. You know, maybe Victor thinks Kyle is being really casual about Claire and Victor doesn't want her just shacking up with Kyle, shacking up with any guy. But we're talking about an Abbott. So maybe Kyle's making a grand gesture at Nikki's party. And could be, we see Kyle talking about how much he loves Claire, and Kyle says Claire's his soulmate. We have heard him say before he's never been around or been seeing a woman like her, which was kind of insulting to Summer Newman Allison Lanier, but he said it. So maybe Kyle's going to say, "This is my soulmate. Claire changed my life." And maybe Kyle says he wants to marry her. Pulls out a ring. We'll see. I'm guessing that Claire would probably want to say yes if Kyle proposes. But no way would Victor be convinced. And if Kyle does propose, I could see Victor making a whole scene and telling Claire no before she gets a chance to answer. We'll see. Maybe he does something else. Maybe he just has a really good gift for Nikki, but I'm cheering for a proposal just because I know it'll piss Victor off the most. And of course, if Kyle does propose, you know, Claire and Victoria and Nikki would all swoon at the romance of it, but not her grandpa. Also, at the end of this week, all the movers and shakers in town got invitations from Mystery Man Dumas. He's throwing a private party at his place in the south of France on Friday, June 13th. Invitation only. Between now and then, we'll see if Phyllis Summers Michelle Stafford gets her meeting in D.C. So, invitations went out to Damian Kane Jermaine Rivers and Lily Winters Crystal Cowell, to Victor and Nikki, to Michael Baldwin, Christian LeBlanc, and Lauren Fenmore, Tracy Bregman, to Jack and Diane Jenkins, Susan Walters, among others. And it also looks like Billy got an invitation, although his was not shown on the Friday episode. So, next week's spoilers have Sally Spectra Cartney Hope very concerned when Billy tells her that she and the company mean everything to him, but that's just him trying to get out of trouble. Sally's upset at Billy, and she's clapping back about him leaving the country at the most critical time for Abbott Communications. Sally Spectra and Billy are set to launch AbbottCon, I think next week, maybe a week after. It's coming up soon. They're planning the party, but Billy insists that he has to find out what Dumas has planned for his family. And just based on Sally's reaction, it seems like Billy also gets an invite and is definitely going. And Sally should expect that since Billy's been trying to get a meeting for quite a while. But it also sounds like he didn't get a +1 since he's not asking her to go. Or maybe he just wants her to stay in Genoa City and keep working. Looks like we will get the mystery man's identity in just 10 episodes. His party is on Friday, June 13th. So that's every episode next week, and then another 5. So 10. Based on another hint that they have given this week about the location of the party in France, I continue to speculate this is recast Kane Ashby sending out the invitations. But at least we know when all this nonsense is going to be done, and we get a name and a face. Also next week, Nate Hastings, Sean Dominic, and Audra Charles, Zuleika Silver spend time with Amy Lewis Valerie Pettiford. With her cancer treatments going well, Nate encourages Amy to keep that upbeat attitude, and she's feeling more positive by the day and tells Nate and Audra that she has made a decision. Now, Amy Lewis already agreed that she would move in with Damien when he asked, and he told his mom he decided to stay in Genoa City. Maybe it's about that. We'll see. Unless they've decided to get rid of the character, and she's going to move closer to her doctors. Who knows? Hopefully, Amy's health news stays positive when we find out her cancer is in remission soon. She definitely wants to be close to Damien, Nate, and Audra. And Amy and Audra have that whole kind of mother-daughter vibe going, which is good since Nate's girlfriend fell out with her own family, and she doesn't really have a lot of people in her life. So, wait to see if Kyle's grand gesture to try and sway Victor is a romantic public proposal to Claire or just a very thoughtful gift for Nikki. I'm hoping it's the proposal. I also expect Victor to pitch a fit at the party no matter what. And we could see the mustache gearing up for another fit of outrage when he and Nikki open their invitations after the party that they got from the mystery man. Things heat up on Young and the Restless next week. Be sure to check out our full weekly spoilers video tomorrow for the week of June 2nd through the 6th. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and stay with us.